Welcome to Movie Screen, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for all the latest industry film information.
We doubt there will be another movie this year that will surpass Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2 in terms of visual impact. The second installment of Dune is a breathtaking masterpiece. It skillfully combines striking cinematography with elite special effects, adding savagery, brawn, and sinew to the already strong foundation of Part 1. Villeneuve has created an unpleasant, violent form of beauty. There isn't enough lip balm in the cosmos to make a trip to the desolate, sandblasted planet Arrakis seem inviting. However, this grandiose action film is realized, chronicling Paul Atreides, Timothée Chalamet, transformation, from a brash whippersnapper with a little sword skill to a formidable warrior, and ultimately the predicted leader of the Fremen tribe of Arrakis. So how did Villeneuve's achievement in adapting a book that was long thought to be unfilmable? And Dune Part 2 is unquestionably a hit. For earlier aspiring filmmakers, Frank Herbert's 1965 epic of interstellar feudal conflict, Dune, was an intimidating project due to its vastness and scale. Villeneuve's films benefit greatly from a huge budget. In the early 1970s, Alejandro Jodorowsky's plan for a 14-hour film version of the book was doomed due to a lack of funding. Warner Brothers hasn't exactly been glowing lately, as anyone following the Coyote-verse, Acme's scandal will attest, but at least it has allowed Villeneuve the room and leeway to realize his artistic vision. This contrasts with David Lynch's less fortunate experience with his version of Dune, which was abruptly cut down from its original 3 hours by 40 minutes. But a key component of Villeneuve's method, a creative attitude that meshes especially well with the subject matter, is his unwavering dedication to showing rather than telling. A brief expository segment at the beginning of the movie, recounted by Princess Irulan, Florence Pugh, as an entry into the Imperial Diary, aptly illustrates how pointless it is to try to dissect the intricate details of the story. Villeneuve's preferred method of visually exploring the story works far better in this instance than having too much discussion and exposition of the plot, which detract from the picture's vitality. Occasionally, this method falls flat. Some of the changes between intricately rendered scenes and set pieces seem a touch hurried and haphazard. Overall, though, it's not a bad idea to envelop the audience in a dense, colorful environment, as opposed to spoon-feeding them easily consumable plot points. Even while Paul is the primary character in the plot, this installment gives other characters more of a spotlight, especially Fremen fighter Chani, played by the always captivating Zendaya in an amazing, physically demanding performance. However, Austin Butler, who plays Feyd-Rautha, the psychotic nephew of Stellan Skarsgård's levitating ruler Baron Harkonnen, stands out in a supporting part. Subtlety has no place in such a grand, spine-tingling spectacle as this film, and Butler obviously understood it. He is amazing from the first instant he uses his tongue to test the sharpness of a newly sharpened blade before attempting to sever one of his slaves' throats. Reunited as Paul's mother, Lady Jessica, Rebecca Ferguson, is as remarkable and marginally less unsettling. Ferguson almost entirely conveys Jessica's chilling ruthlessness through her collection of facial tattoos and her icy, inscrutable gaze. Driven by her ambition for her son and twisted by the grueling ritual that turns her into the Reverend Mother of the Freeman. The enormous, astounding soundtrack by Hans Zimmer more than equals the enormous, spectacular images and the outstanding performances. There are sections that are so loud, it seems as though he replaced the sound of percussion with the sound of planets crashing in some way. It's an appropriately menacing soundtrack to a tale that veers away from fervent idealism, reality, and romance, and toward political intrigue, disloyalty, fanaticism, the weaponization of fear, and the imminent threat of a catastrophic religious conflict. There are times when Dune Part 2 seems too close to the current day. With Dune 2 set to be the blockbuster of the year, we say it's about time. We have had an overdose of terrible movies in 2023, and Dune 2 is already set to break the mold in 2024 by raking in a whopping $75 million in its first weekend. Despite the original 1980s Dune adaptation being a cult classic, it didn't do too well in the box office due to production issues. However, this film will be an absolute gift to all lovers of the Frank Herbert novels as Dune 1 and 2 finally bring justice to the epic book. This movie is made for the big screen, and we highly recommend you see it in IMAX. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.